Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Happy here again, and welcome back to another health talk. So today I want us to give this health talk a title. I feel like health talk is what a lot of people use. Let's give it something else. So please leave your suggestion in the comment section. What do you think we should name this series? Because we'll be doing a lot of women and feminine hygiene, even masculine hygiene too. We'll be doing a lot of it. We'll be shedding more light on a lot of anything that you guys want me to share light on concerning health and concerning health. You guys should let me know. And just a disclaimer before we start this video, I am not a medical doctor. Soon, by the grace of God, I'm gonna be a medical doctor soon. I'm just a second year medical student which know a little bit about health stuff, because obviously we are being taught in school. So if you like to hear what we have today, please keep on watching. Today we are going to be talking about different discharge or different smell that ladies get in their vagina. I'll be referring to it as VJJ. So if you hear me saying VJJ, I mean our ladies part there, our vagina, what makes us a lady and all those things. We'll be talking about different smell that you can get from there. What prompted this video was I was on Instagram one day, then I saw this company selling stuff that you should put in there to help you wash there. I'm just like, no, you can't be selling these things to people that don't know. Like, you don't put stuff up your VJJ. In case you don't know, the only thing that should go up in your VJJ should either be your hand, or when you're having sex, a penis. And don't be buying those stuff that they will tell you, oh, put in your VJJ, use it to wash it. No. If anything, you need to wash your vagina, the only thing you need to do is use water and your hand. Yes, you had it right. You can just put your hand up. You can just put your hand up there and use water. You just wash it, like just go around like this. That's the proper way to wash your vagina. If anything, you want to use something else to wash your vagina, make sure what you're using doesn't have fragrance, doesn't have like all sort of smell, doesn't have like chemicals in there, because your vagina really don't need those stuff in there. So for reference sake, we all have like normal flora or normal bacteria, let's say, that we have in our body, we have in our nose. That's why you see, like, when you pick your nose and put on your skin, you can get pimples, you can get breakouts caused by the bacteria. So the normal flora or the normal bacteria, they're only normal where they're supposed to be. Once they are not where they're supposed to be, it's not good. So the example I just made, the one in your nose, so it's only normal inside your nose. It shouldn't be on your skin. Once it's on your skin, it is not normal, it is not good. Don't do that. Even when you see like kids that are playing, I'm sure you guys, when you're growing up, you see kids that are playing, they used to have like crusty lesions on their skin when they pick their nose. That's example of what I'm saying. So the same way, our vagina down there, we have normal bacteria called lactobacillus. That's what it's called. Is the one that keep the pH of our bacteria in check. A lot of things can disrupt the pH of your vagina up there. Example, when you're on your period, menstruation, even sex can disrupt the pH of your vagina. You just imagine the penis going up there, rubbing everywhere. So it can disturb the pH of your vagina as well. So the function of this lactobacillus, which is the normal flora, is to keep your pH in check. Make sure even when your pH goes high, which is alkaline, it brings it back to the normal range, which is like 7.35 to 7.4. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I have four infections that I know causes smell down there, and the aim of this video is just to let you know when you have any one of these. It's nothing to worry about. You can just see your primary doctor, your what do they call it again, your physician, anybody, just see anybody, like go to the hospital and tell them, oh, I have this, take a look at my symptoms, and it's easily clear. There's nothing to worry about. And one thing before we get into the bacteria or into the infection is, when you're given a certain amount of antibiotics to use in a certain amount of time, please always use it. Don't be like, oh, it's gone, I'm not gonna use it. Please use it. It's very important. You don't know if the bacteria are latent. Maybe they are just they are conceiving themselves. Until, even if they say use it for 30 days, please use it for that 30 days to to allow like proper function and make sure all the bacteria are gone and gone for good. So the first bacteria we're going to be talking about is bacteria vaginosis, or BV. Yeah, it is caused by a bacteria called Gardnerella vaginosis. So with all these infections I'm going to be naming in this video, all of them is caused by an overgrowth of the bad bacteria or overgrowth of the bad organism. Let's just say organism, because it's only one that I have that is caused by bacteria. The many ones are caused by parasites, yeast, and co that will come to. So an overgrowth of Gardnerella vaginosis is what gives us bacteria vaginosis. So I'm just going to be telling you the symptoms that when you see, when you can smell down there, okay, this is not normal. And let me just say that our VJJ as well as its normal smell. It doesn't smell like roses down there. It doesn't smell like perfume. It has normal smell. But when you see this particular smell, you should be able to differentiate the normal VJJ smell to infection smell. So with Gardnerella vaginosis, you will see like a discharge. I know some of us get discharge, you see like a discharge that is like gray in color, creamy gray in color. No, let's just say gray in color. For the most part, it is gray in color. But the hallmark of BV is fishy odor. You'll be smelling like Titus fish down there. I'm joking, but you can smell like your vagina is smelling like fish. That's when you should know that, okay, there's something wrong. This is not normal. If you're smelling like fish there, it's not brainer that it's not normal. So you should go and see your doctor, go and see your primary physician, go and see your GP to make sure, tell them your symptoms, and they'll prescribe necessary things for you. BV, it's a sexually transmitted infection. It is not a sexually transmitted disease. No. What makes this bad bacteria even overgrow is change in your pH. Anything that changes the pH of your vagina makes the bad bacteria grow. So anytime you dipping something up there, that was what I said at the beginning, that you don't buy stuff that you dip down there, because you've been messing around with the pH. And once you mess around with the pH, you have a likelihood or higher risk of getting an infection. So that's my first point, bacterial vaginosis caused by Gardnerella vaginosis. And the hallmark is fishy odor, even though you still get like the discharge that is gray in color. Yeah. So the second infection, or the second thing that can make you smell down there differently, I'll be talking about is Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas vaginalis also is a sexually transmitted infection, not a disease, and is caused by a parasite. Remember, the first one is caused by a bacteria, and this one is caused by a parasite. With Trichomonas vaginalis, you get itchy down there, and sometimes it can be painful for some people. I have a friend that has it, and she said as is painful. And I also have another friend that they usually get it like after their period for the most part, and one of them said it's not painful. So it can be painful and not be painful. Also, when you're urinating, you also feel the pain. The symptoms of Trichomonas vaginalis is the discharge, and this discharge, unlike BV that is gray in color, this one is greenish in color. So the discharge coming out of vagina, it will be greenish in color. And remember I said BV, you smell like fish there. This one, we call it foul smelling. We like to say it's smelling like chicken. I don't know if I'm gonna say it's smelling like chicken, but it's actually like foul smelling down there. So when you have this thing, the same thing, you go to your physician, you go to your doctor, anything, they'll prescribe an anti-parasite for you. It's a tiny parasite that causes this thing. The same etiology, so the same cause, and change in pH of the vagina makes this parasite grows down there. So that's how you get Trichomonas vaginalis. So the third point we'll be talking about is Candida albicans. I think a lot of people are very familiar with Candida albicans, getting thrush. Okay, if you don't know Candida albicans, when you get thrush, some people get it on their tongue, but you can also get it down there in the vagina. Candida albicans is a yeast infection. It's not a parasite, it's not a bacteria, it's an yeast infection. The same cause, change in pH and overgrowth of that yeast in your vagina causes you to have this infection. So it's also not a sexually transmitted disease, it's an infection. And with Candida albicans, the symptoms that you see is like cottage cheese, creamy like. The discharge, I'm trying to explain discharge, is like, when you melt cheese, that's how the discharge is. So we call it cottage cheese like. So I'm trying to describe it for you guys, like creamy cheese, like I said, when you met cheese, that's how the discharge looks like. And I think that's the hallmark of vagina thrush. That cheese like thing doesn't really smell, not to my knowledge, but when you have that kind of discharge, you know, cottage cheese like, you know that okay, I have thrush. And some people get thrush after that period, some people get trichomonas after that period. It really varies, you know, with everybody. Anything that changes the pH of vagina will put you at risk of getting all this infection I've talked about. So I talked about BV, I talked about trichomonas vaginalis, I talked about Candida albicans. The last point that I'll be discussing about that can give you some smell down there is sweating. Sweating is not caused by any bacteria, guys. It's just you sweating down there. And especially if you're the kind of person that don't like shaving, you just like to leave that place bushy. Bacteria thrive in moist environments, so they can reproduce or they can replicate in a moist environment. So you're giving them room to live. You know, you're putting them on 5-star if you're leaving, you know, those air down there. So it's always advisable to, you know, shave or wax, anyone you prefer. Personally, I prefer to shave. I don't like to go and wax there, it's painful. So yeah, so that's why it's always, and it's people will always encourage you to wear cotton underwear for the most part. I mean, you can wear thongs if you want, but just imagine when you wear thong or net underwear, there's no breathing space for you. And you know, if you wear thong, everything goes in, and you know, everything is just like clustered together, everything is mushy together. Even as I'm saying it, is kind of irritating to me, but you know what I'm saying. So it's always advisable to wear cotton underwear that can absorb moisture. It can keep you dry as much as possible. Cotton underwear will absorb the moisture, so the moisture will not be on your skin. So yes, that you don't really need any medication for that. You just need to take a shower and wash that place with water and your hand. As I've explained earlier, you go around and, you know, wash it that way. So that's the best way to keep your vajayjay clean whenever you're sweating. Not that you shouldn't wear all those tongue and everything. So I would say it shouldn't be on regular basis. Sometimes just give your vagina, you know, you're down there, just give them a break from wearing all those things. Wear cotton underwears, and you know, and you're good. So that's all the points I have for you guys. Do you guys have anything for me? If you want me to talk about anything in particular, just leave whatever you want me to talk about, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to make a video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope so, and I hope I was not talking too fast. Let me know if you enjoy it, because that will give me the ginger to continue. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and please also share my videos to your friends and family. I'll see you guys in my next video. Please stay safe and God bless. Bye.